The Lavaback is a silverback gorilla made out of rocks and magma. Now, I think his English name is kind of boring because it's very literal, and his Japanese name, Jigokuzuru, sounds a lot cooler. But I learned something pretty funny when I actually looked into what that name meant. The first half, Jigoku, can either translate into hell or a place with lava, and Zaru translates into a draining basket, which is used for taking food out of a deep fryer. The Lavaback has this big hunch thing on its back, which leaks out lava, which means that Jigokuzuru can translate into lava leaker, or in other words, the Japanese name Jigokuzuru has the same literal naming scheme as the English Lavaback, and I think that's pretty funny. The island is stocked full of many different natural wonders, from the steep cliffs that scrape the sky to the gypsum deposits that sit in caves just below the surface. It once housed a great ancient civilization that had mastery on how to move mountains and how to make stone lighter than air. The mountains rising out of the sea, the gypsum forming from evaporated sea water, and the active steam geysers around the island suggest to me that this had a history of volcanic activity, all the more fitting for the king of the island, the Lavaback. We begin by watching the Lavaback in his natural habitat on the island. While wandering around, he might sit down and throw hot rocks into the air. Throwing their defecation is something that chimps actually do. However uncouth, it is a form of communication that they use. There's even a correlation between their mental development and how much they like to throw things at each other. Quote, "We found that chimpanzees that reliably throw show significantly better communication abilities than chimpanzees that do not," end quote. So the next time that you see a chimp throwing his poop, compliment him on how civilized he's being. Because the Lavaback is made from hot rocks and magma, and it's common for chimps to throw their poop, I believe that these rocks are the Lavaback's movements. Next, I wanted to know what he ate. In theory, for a creature made of rocks, it would be rocks, right? So I kept an eye on him for about an hour as he wandered around his territory. He likes to sleep in this cave, occasionally get some sun on the shrine rooftop, and throw his molten rock excrement around. But I never saw him pick up some rocks and eat them. Correct me if I'm wrong, but surrounded by these rock walls and stone structures, you think that a monster made of rocks that you think would eat some rocks, right? Upon closer inspection, the rocks that he throws don't even come out of him. He just likes to heat them up, and he rips them out of the ground from his left side, but he doesn't pick them up and eat them either. If he doesn't eat rocks, then he couldn't be made of rocks, right? So what does he actually eat? Despite the name Lavaback, his material descriptions do not describe something made of lava. Just listen to these and think about them. The fang from a mighty Lavaback that withstands heat so well it reduces many a smith to tears. So he's heat resistant, and we can assume that his body temperature is extremely hot. There is a piece of a Lavaback's beard, with bristles like the needles of a rock. It needs beating heavily to soften the strands if they are to be weaved. It is a stiff material, but does not shatter nor crumble when beaten, but becomes soft enough to be weaved. Then finally, the fire rock from a mighty Lavaback that always returns to its original form even after it's crushed. This is describing an elastic material, not a stone one. This sounds like he's made from rubber and not rocks. The most interesting thing about the Lavaback is that he's stretchy. There are a handful of attacks where he throws his arms out and they retract back as he winds up for his next attack. His name implies that the Lavaback is made out of rocks and magma, but rocks aren't stretchy and lava isn't elastic. Itaclomite is a slightly bendy rock, but stretchy is it not. So far in this series, every monster has been part plant and part animal, and I'm doubtful that the Lavaback is going to be an exception to this rule. So that left me with the question, What are these stretchy arms of the lavaback made out of? Well, I think that he's made out of rubber, specifically natural latex, and I think I can prove it. An omnivore eats anything, a carnivore eats meat, a herbivore eats greenery and fruit, but gorillas are foliivores. That's someone who eats twigs and branches and bark and the like. Different species of gorilla vary in their diets and their balance between those things, but being the vegans that they are, they like to eat the leaves and the rest of the tree. The lavaback actually eats these orange fruits, which confirms at the very least that he is a vegetarian. Rubber trees are the most used latex-producing plant in the world. They like to grow in the rainforest of South America. Other rubber-producing plants include the guayule and apparently the dandelion. There's probably a rubber plant that grows naturally on the island, and if he is a foliivore, he would eat that plant, and that would explain where he gets the rubber from. Natural latex by itself wouldn't be durable enough to withstand the beating the lavaback would give it, but it can be strengthened through some manufacturing. Rubber's durability and melting point can be altered through vulcanization. Quote, "Finished rubber has a higher tensile strength and resistance to swelling and abrasion, and is elastic over a greater range of temperatures. In its simplest form, vulcanization is brought about by heating the rubber with sulfur. The Frasch process is how sulfur is mined. Water is used to heat the sulfur in an underground deposit, and then it's forced out with compressed air. This is what happens at the Yellowstone geysers. In Yellowstone, the, quote, sulfur cauldron is one of the most acidic hot springs in Yellowstone. Sulfur cauldron's turbulent waters have a pH of approximately 1 to 2, which is similar to car battery acid or stomach fluids. The island has natural deposits of gypsum deep underground. Gypsum crystals are formed from receding seawater depositing minerals for long enough. Gypsum crystals are a naturally occurring form of sulfur. The island has natural geysers that let off acidic steam fueled by these underground deposits, which sounds a lot like how the lavaback heats up the ground and then forces it into the air, which must be his way of extracting the sulfur so that he can consume it and fortify the latex he eats into rubber. The lavaback does not eat rocks, but pulls fire rock out of the ground as a source of sulfur. They like to eat fruits like a gorilla, who are foliivores, which means that they eat a source of naturally occurring latex. Their material descriptions aren't rock, but describe a rubber that has been processed to be heat-resistant, flexible, and durable. Thus, I believe that the lavaback is made out of rubber and not rocks. Alright, bye!